All right, hello fourth grade. Today is day 35 of our video lessons. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all doing safe, and I hope you are all healthy. I miss you, and hopefully you're all doing okay. All right. So a couple of reminders. Please be sure that you are filling out each Google Forms, okay, at the end of each video. And I'm actually just going to show you really quick how to do that, because I am noticing some of you are not completing it. So every day I put out videos, right? So let's say we go to fourth grade. I think this was on Monday. So on the Remind app, I send links, right? And then you click on it. This will be for fifth grade. That'll be for fifth grade. And you click on this, on the description. And then you choose your name or your last name. And then you just go down, you answer the questions, and then you hit submit. All right, and that's it. Please be sure that you're completing this. A few of you are not completing it, and unfortunately, you're not going to get a high grade if you do this. So please be sure that you're taking the time and filling these out. Again, a huge thank you to those of you who have been completing it every day. I very much appreciate your hard work. Keep it up. All right. And also, please be sure that you're completing your studies weeklies test, okay? Again, a few of you have not been turning those in. Those are very important. I cannot give you a good grade if you have not even completed a test. So please be sure that you have completed all of your tests. And that's all that I have. Again, I can't keep reminding you all. You should all be almost going to fifth grade. You should know that you should be doing this every day. And again, thank you to those who have been doing it. But this is your warm-up. Number 1 says write 9/5 as a mixed number, and number 2 says write 1 whole and 1/2 as an improper fraction. Go ahead and pause the video and solve them. Okay, so remember, we talked about these types of fractions a little while ago. So first off, we have 9/5. 9/5 is what we call an improper fraction. Now, why is it improper? Because our numerator, our top number, is greater than our denominator, our 5, okay? So our job is to make sure that we have a mixed number. So one way we can do it is we can draw a shape with how many pieces? Whatever number your denominator is. So if our number is 5, then we make 5 separate boxes. If this number was 6, then we will make 6 separate boxes. If this number was 8, then we would make 8 boxes. If it was 9, we will make 9 boxes. If it was 10, we will make 10 boxes, and so on and so forth, okay? But in this case, we have 9. So let's go ahead and draw or fill in 9 squares. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, I ran out of space. So what am I going to have to do? I'll have to grab another one. And I'm going to have to make how many pieces do you think? I'm going to have to make 5 pieces. The same as this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, how many of them are going to be filled in? Because I have 5 filled in here, which means I need to have 6, 7, 8, 9. And now, everybody, now guess what? Now I take a look and I see that I have 1 whole, right? Because all of it is filled in. It's 1 full candy bar. And right here, I see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5. So not a full candy bar, but almost. So my answer is 1 whole and 4, 5. Now this is what we call a mixed number. Now why is it a mixed number? Well, because it kind of looks like a mixed number, right? Here we have a whole number, which is 1. That's a whole number. That's our big number right here. And then we have a fraction, 4/5. Okay? So that brings us to number 2, which has us do the opposite. Number 2 says, write 1/2, 1 whole and 1/2 as an improper fraction. So I need to find improper. Improper fraction. So this is what we call a mixed number, right? Because I have a whole number and then a fraction. They're mixed. It is a mixed number, or also called a mixed fraction, but same thing. All right. Now, how do I do this one? Here I have 1 whole and 1/2. So that means that I have 1 whole piece. But much like, remember how we did the other one, this one had how many pieces? 2, because I have my denominator is 2, and 1 of it is filled in. So this right here, this is my 1 whole. That's my 1 whole, okay? Now how do I draw my 1/2? Well, I draw a box, and only one of them is filled in, and this is my 1/2. Okay? But remember, everybody, I want it as an improper fraction. So how can I do that? Well, here I have 2/2. And then here I have 1/2. So if I combine those, 2/2, 1/2, that gives me 3/2 right here. So my improper fraction is 3/2. So that just means that 1 whole and 1/2 is the same thing as 3/2. These two fractions are the same thing. There's just 2 different ways of expressing them, 2 different ways of writing them, okay? Now that brings us to today's lesson. Today we're going to learn how to add fractions, much like how we did here, okay? And we're going to learn 2 different ways of how to add fractions. We're going to learn how to use a number line and then how to write a box, or how to use a box. So first way, let's talk about a number line. Number line, I don't think there is much fun as drawing the boxes, but maybe it makes more sense for a few of you. So let's say that I have 2/10 plus 5/10, okay? That's what we need to add. First thing you need to check is if they have the same denominator. You can only add or subtract them if you have the same denominator, okay? And in this case, they do. Both are 10, so we can go ahead and add them up normally. Now, here's when we're going to do the number line, okay? So again, if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling hungry, if you don't feel too well, go take a nap, eat, exercise, do whatever you need, but make sure that you're very focused for this next part, okay? Give me 10 minutes of your time, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to make a number line. And again, don't fall asleep during this part, very important. And we're going to start off with 0. Let's always start off with 0. Now, when we make our little tick marks, what are we going to start off with? Well, we're going to have to start off with whatever we're counting by. In this case, we're counting by 10, okay? We're counting by 10 because our denominators are 10. So that means that I have 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, and I am running out of space. 7 over 10, 8 over 10, 9 over 10, and 10 over 10. All right. So I'm going to put it more towards the middle. So we're adding 2 plus 5. 2 over 10 plus 5 over 10, okay? Now I know for some of you this might be an easy one, which is okay. But let's see how we do it. So we start off with 2 over 10, because that's the number we're starting off with, right? And then we're going to add 5 more. So let's go ahead and skip and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's our answer? Where did we land? 7 over 10, correct. So our answer is 7 over 10, no problem. Now, what happens if, let's say that I add 7 over 10 plus 4 over 10? Well, how do we do that? Well, we start off with this one, right? We start off with 7 over 10. And I'm adding 4. So let's go ahead and add 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. 4. I have no idea, everybody, what goes here. I have no idea what comes next. I stopped at 10 over 10. So what's going to come here? Well, one way we can write it is 11 over 10. But let's go ahead and write that as a mixed number, because I think that makes just a little bit more sense. Well, here I have 10 over 10. And if I have 10 over 10, that means that I have one whole, right? If I have a box of 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and all of them are filled in, 10 of them are filled in, then that means I have one whole, right? It's one full piece. So that means if I go here, I'm going to have one whole, right? And 1 over 10. And then it's going to be 1 whole and 2 over 10s, 1 whole and 3 over 10s, and then so on, okay? So now, I figured out that my answer is 11 over 10 or 1 whole and 1 over 10, okay? Now, depending on what your directions say, you can leave it as an improper fraction like this, or you can leave it as a mixed fraction like this, okay? But these two are the same thing, as we can see right here, right? They're the same thing. They're in the same spot, except there's 2 different ways of writing them, all right? Now, let us do one more. And let's just do 4. Let's say that I have 4 over 5. And this time let's subtract. And again, notice how we're going to start off with 0. And then what are we going to count by? Every tick mark is going to be 1/5, 2/5. Again, we are counting by fifths, okay? 3/5. 4/5 and 5/5, or what's another way I can write that? Exactly, 1 whole, or 1 whole. Okay? Now, when I'm subtracting, again, I'm going to start off with my first fraction, that is 4 over 5. And then what? Well, and then I'm going backwards by 1. Subtracting 1/5. And that leaves me here at 3/5. So my answer is 3 3/5. Okay? And that's it. And this right here is a regular fraction, okay? It's not an improper fraction. It's a regular fraction. My top number, my numerator, is less than my denominator, my bottom number, okay? Now, let us use the tape diagram, the picture method. And when I'm going to do the same problem, let's say that I have 2 over 10 plus 5 over 10, right? And these are pretty easy. You probably have done these in 3rd grade, but let's go over them. I have a box. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, these are pretty simple. Let's see how we use them. I start off with 2, 1, 2, right? Because I have 2/10 shaded in. And then I'm going to shade in how many more? Exactly, 5. And I'll do that in purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now how many do I have shaded in? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 over 10. All right, and that's it. So again, we got the same thing as we did from our number line. Now let's go ahead and do, let's say, 2 over 8 plus 7 over 8. How are we going to do that? Well, again, let us draw our box. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I start off with 2 shaded in, and then I'm gonna have to shade in I have to shade in 7. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I need one more to fill in. So what am I gonna have to do, everybody? Exactly, I'm gonna have to grab another box of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I filled in, remember, I need to fill in 7. And I only filled in 6 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still need to fill in one more. 7. So now what do I have? Well, now I have one whole, right? This is one whole shaded in piece. One whole. And I have 1 over 8. You see that, everybody, how I did it? I started off with 2. I needed to shade it in 7 more, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I noticed that I ran out of space, so I have to grab another container of 8 and then shade it in. And then I got this right here is one whole, and this right here is 1 over 8. So my answer is 1 whole and 1 over 8, all right? Let's go ahead and do another one. Let's say that I had 1/2 plus 5 over 2. All right, well, I'm gonna have to draw a box of how many? Of 2. And we'll start off with, you know what, let me do this in a different color. I have 1/2 plus 5 over 2. I start off with 1/2, right? I shade in 1. This is 1/2. And then I'm going to have to shade in 5 more. So I have 1. Oh no, I'm going to have to grab another container. 2, 3. Oh, I'm going to have to grab another container. 4, 5. So I shaded in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, Well, now how much do I have? Well, I have 1 whole or 2 over 2, right? I have another 1 whole or 2 over 2, same thing. And then here I have another 1 whole or 2 over 2. So my answer to this is, I just need to add them up. 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3. Or I can add these up right here. 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6 over 2. Both of these are the same thing. 3 and 6 over 2 is the same thing, okay? Now, what you cannot do, for example, is let's say you try to add 1 plus, I don't know, 3 over 2. It has to be, you have to leave it as a whole number or an improper fraction, okay? But both of these are the same thing. Now, let's go ahead and try out a subtraction problem. All right, let's say that I had 3/4 minus 1/4. All right, I draw a box. These are called tape diagrams, by the way. I start off with 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm gonna have to subtract 1/4 of it. So I'm gonna have to take away 1/4. I'm gonna have to erase 1/4. And now how much do I have left? Yeah, 2/4. And that is my answer, okay? So, now let's take a look at your packet. You're gonna be doing, I believe, it is lesson 16, this one, okay? Now, these ones up top, all right, sorry everybody, I got cut off. But anyways, we're on this problem. You're gonna be doing page 225, lesson 16. Yeah, you're gonna be doing these pages, okay? Or this one page. It's only one page, page 225. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna solve these problems right here, okay? And for this one, you're just giving it in word form. So you have 4/5. You have 4/5 plus 2/5. And then you can figure out the answer. Now pay attention to the instructions, because the instructions say that you're gonna leave your answer as a mixed number, okay? So if you get an improper fraction, switch it up to a mixed number. And that's it for your math. Again, it's page 225 right there, lesson 16. And then tomorrow you will be having your science test on science and medicine. Okay, this one. So you're gonna read all of it, and then I will leave a few questions on the Google Forms, and that'll help you out for tomorrow's test, or it should give you an idea of what type of questions you're gonna get asked, okay? And then for social studies, same thing. You do have a test tomorrow. It's gonna be on Mexico gains independence on this one. So you are going to go ahead and read it. I'm gonna leave some questions on your Google form, and that'll give you an idea of what type of questions I'm gonna ask for tomorrow's test, okay? And then for religion, you don't have religion today. Tomorrow I will give you your test for unit 3 for religion, okay? But that's it, everybody. Meeting at 1:30. Have a great day.